Alright, got an event today on Chapter Red's Medno map using the Soviet faction now. So we'll take a look at the Soviet faction leaving the base now.
Rifles left, comrade.
Oh my.
It's
Yeah,
5
we're
minutes.
staging.
Yeah,
We're staging.
staging already started.
3 minutes for life. 3 minutes for life.
This is 5th, right?
Looks like we got
Yes.
5th AD moving
Yeah.
out.
Yes,
Yes, wake
you
up,
are in
John.
5th.
So you can see the winter skins. Looks like whoever had the PTRD maybe had the Polish skin.
What? What do you say?
Oh yeah, how do you do it?
More
Change
Poles,
it on Steam and reload your
Poles.
game.
So Rangers are playing as Polish. Cool, cool.
Lead in.
Acting as the Germans, using the winter skins from Vanilla. They have some mechanized support today. They have two 250 half tracks with MG42s per objective. They have 2 mortar half tracks, 1 deployed at a time, right there. And they have a total of 9 251 transport half tracks. I spawned in 3 for them at the start. See, Bushwick has his squad in a nice line there. Got some people dancing around over here. And we've got some people staging by the 250 half tracks. Henry Davis as his squad, nice and orderly. Love to see it. Don't know where the objectives are. They see these blue dots on the map. These blue dots, the fob could be at any one of these. And actually, let me just set the server time real quick. Alright, so starting at 9 a.m. here. In-game time. Which you can see down at the bottom there. That displays the world time for the server. So like I was saying, the Germans the circles, but they don't know which one. So the first fob could be at any of the blue circles, the second fob any of the green, and the last fob at any of the red. We'll be live in just a finish explaining this. Respawns are pretty limited. Germans have 4 total respawn waves called by the commander. The allies get a respawn each time they lose a fob, plus their commander can call 1 additional wave, so they'll have 3 total respawn waves. And the objective for the Germans is to capture all 3 fobs, or dig down all 3 fobs, and the objective for the allies is to leave at least 1 standing by the end. So, pretty straightforward. And we're live. Looks like some allies still getting organized here. I do prefer to start my events on time when possible, so I know some of them I think are supposed to be in the area, so that's fine. I think some of them are maybe waiting for a few stragglers to connect, but we have the Rangers set up here in the middle. We've got 5th AD over on the left flank. For us, so pretty spread out, but I did give every squad a radio and a medic for this event. Last time I ran an event in this style, there were no radios in each squad, and I believe there are only 1 or 2 medics for the whole team. But having a know which area is going to have the fob. So for all they know, these trenches right here could be the first objective. So we can see they're kind of skirting the area here in some half tracks. Perhaps doing some recon in the maybe figuring if they were set up here, they'd get shot. And you can see him looping back now. Now the 250 half track here only has, I think, 6 seats in it, but I did give have a so that should be fun to see how they decide to utilize squads. This should be a slower paced event than we've seen recently, especially in Op 44. Be a bit more carefully planned, and gonna want to just rush in and die on in again, so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful. So this half here and see if they can hear that. Yeah, so they can hear the half track from here.
Start moving west 280.
West 280.
And Orr is gonna go out and be aggressive toward that half track. I don't think he'll be able to catch up. It is worth noting there's a bug right now with the half tracks where their audio, you can always hear the engine and the tracks moving even if it's stationary and the engine's off. So for all Orr knows, that half track is not moving, but he should be able to tell that it was heard over here, now it's heard over here. To really try to keep it in the relative play area here. See, start going toward any of the green objectives. I'm going to send them back. Alright, so do have a German squad on foot here, coming down by the river. We'll see if they spots this. Looks like we're also might have some engagements coming toward 18th in the north there, but this should happen first if they spot each other, so we'll stay here for now.
Dis à Wood qu'en voulant passer la rivière, notre half-track a bug, il ne veut plus avancer, donc on longe la rive à pattes actuellement, donc ça prend du temps avant qu'on arrive à destination.
C'est déjà que...
Ok.
We'll see comms over
Because I
here.
can't see anything so far with mine. If you want, you can. You want me to go over to the edge of that forest, see if I see anything, and then come back?
Hold.
Contact
hold,
front, contact front.
Hold, hold,
Hold,
hold,
hold,
hold,
contact
hold,
front.
Alright, so they spotted.
hold fire, hold fire. They're moving left. Johnny, report that. They're around. Yep.
Yeah, I did.
I could engage him right now if you want me to.
Hold fire, hold fire.
No, hold fire.
We're
So
to
5th
only
AD
engage
holding
after
fire here.
they've engaged our forces.
Fred.
Okay, so they're
I
gonna
hate
sneak
them
around
to
and
make
hit
it
flanks
to
here.
the east.
There is a second German squad coming through, so they might run into trouble. We're also getting in close proximity over here. Also, something that might play a factor today is the weather. We have snow, and it is on semi-dynamic. There's semi-dynamic, so that means lighten up. It'll be a bit more in whether or not something's spotted, but these guys will almost certainly spot each other. They're about to run headlong into each other. Oh, and 5th AD's moving back the wrong way.
Hold.
Slavs, let's check the opposite riverbank for anything.
So
Gotcha.
they held.
I think-
Is
is there a
anyone going
bridge?
to watch the
radio
rear?
them
Yeah,
that
there
we
is.
found a squad. Did
Yes,
you radio it in? That was a squad here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's already radioed it.
Alright.
Someone's engaged behind us.
Oh, our ambush got ambushed.
So
Throw frags.
nice ambush by the Germans there, but yeah, we see Orr saying throw frags. Let's see if the Germans or the Soviets throw frags first. The German grenade, it looks like there. See, Frederick's just trying to pull back now, or staying in the fight. Okay, Fredericks is staying in the fight, just pulled back a little. So it's important when your squad stops, make sure you have 360. Even if you think you know where the enemy is, there could be more enemy squads. But much easier said than done. Now this squad was spotted. That's Merc playing as Zhukov. So a little command section there, driving off these guys. Unfortunately, likely driving them right back into the remnants of 5th AD. Oh, and Wilson with the TK. Shame. And actually, 18th has hopped on the 1B objective, which is not where their fob is, but might distract a little bit. Looks like this German squad's pulling back now, interestingly enough. So it didn't even confirm that they wiped the squad, but fair enough. Then we have Fredericks trying to pull back. Ooh. Rough situation for Fredericks. Gonna get away. I think the elevation saving here. Unless they were shooting at ore. I don't know. Either way, the other engagements.
Alright, chill your rate of fire a little bit.
Not sure what the Rangers are shooting at here, other than their teammate's dead body. But we do have elements of 18th here, now getting absolutely destroyed. Now this is one of the dangers of splitting up in a wide defense, which we saw 5th AD got overwhelmed by a larger force. Now this 18th element getting overwhelmed by a larger force. But the trade-off is, if you stay more consolidated, it's easier to be surrounded. So there's no right answer. It's all just situation. You have to see how the enemy adapts to what you're doing and how you adapt to what the enemy is doing. But pretty rough if you consider any guys these 18th guys do kill will probably just get revived. Ooh, what a grenade. Wait, that was a team kill. Oh, legend team kill Ray with that grenade. That's what happened. That's unfortunate. What's also interesting is we've seen a couple allied team kills now. Now we see Germans up on the road berm there shooting at their teammates here. So lots of that's challenge with spreading out so much as both teams have done. So now we have a little bit of a calm here. And Fredericks and Orr are both surviving, but can they make it back to friendlies? Prone here, seeing the Germans in front of them. A rough situation here, sandwiched between two German squads. Just a reminder not to engage Fredericks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get back to friendlies.
Copy, thanks. Yeah, he wasn't engaging the whole time, so I don't think he was going to. Well. Yeah, that was a rough spot for Fredericks. I'm surprised Orr made it out, though. I thought his spot was more precarious, but that German squad that ambushed his squad ended up pulling back and wheeling around a little bit, which saved Orr's life. Now you just gotta make sure no one team kills him. Okay, luckily Murtaugh's got the bind.
Friendly coming.
Take a quick look at Murtaugh's uniform here, the Soviet Commissar.
He ran away in a different direction at
Was
a
that
different time.
getting shot at by the Canadian to the west?
Mm,
Or was that
right.
just somebody firing?
No, that was someone.
Looks very nice.
Someone else.
He might be a little cold, but
Because they just fired shots
got some Russian blood.
west there.
So we're just
Alright, so the Germans pushing right into the Soviet lines now, right between two squads. But a team kill and some kills from the Soviets looks like mostly putting an end to that. Stanislav, which is that Stanex? Not sure. Love the Sovietization. Just heard the Maxim fire a little burst here.
Here, let's just move from here. I don't think they're gonna come across this field. Let's go set up somewhere else.
Ah, nice spot. That was a nice
Because
spot.
now we know where they're.
Let's make sure we got respawn waves on. Forgot to turn those on. This is going to be key here. If the Rangers can hold this off, numbers will equalize a bit. But if not, Germans will have a pretty big advantage on numbers for this objective. Ooh, good grenade there. Just missed. That PPD is menacing. Even if they're not hitting anything, just the suppression. So many bullets going downrange. Oh, I missed something happening over here. I don't know if that was 18th trying to pull back from this forest, what was left of it. Because some of it was up on that objective location. Some of it was in this forest. Maybe they tried to pull back and got overrun. So I missed that. Apologies. We have a flare going up. This looks like a regular red flare. Maybe... I didn't see who launched that, but I think it was the Germans. Two mortar half tracks for the event. And I don't know if they spotted the Maxim team or spotted the FOB, or if they're just mortaring it because they've checked both other locations now. They know it's got to be here. We have a hefty flank coming over here. Yeah, this will be tough to hold at this point. Okay, and that was the Rangers sending up the flare. I'm not sure. I don't think there was a pace plan, so I'm not sure if red flares mean anything, or if they're just trying to signal that, hey, we need some kind of help. Boom. Chris with the team kill too. So lots of team kills. I think Rangers are now responsible for 2 of the team kills, so shame on Rangers. 18th had a team kill, and the Germans have had a couple team kills. Another flare going up. We do have a little MG team here moving up the flank, so potentially getting some escalating fire on here would be nice if they're quick enough. Super Soldier is an Olsen. Or Dolson? It's very confusing. They're not in a good spot right there. Rangers are getting pushed, but team's firing. Oh, they're firing in the west, I think. Okay, also good.
Yeah, press the whole area.
Oh, down a little bit, but just keep it pressure.
A little high.
It's a cool use of the Maxim.
Don't make a
You
red
can
flag.
set it up
Yeah,
like
I know.
that. A nice way to use the fortifications there. My guess is this is one of the hardest ones to defend for this event because there's so many buildings. It's easier to gain access to the area for the attackers. Interested to see how the next objectives play out. And Honey has recently been really kind of dominating 1ID in more urban fights as of late. So terrain suits them here, I think, but and a bad crossfire now. Oh, and Wilson with another team kill. Yeah, I thought so. I thought he had a DP-27 too, so there was a nice crossfire with this Maxim and this DP, and that crossfire is gone now because of a bad team kill. Now this squad's able to push across because this machine gun's not here, hitting their flank. So really costly there. Obviously not what you want to see, but it's tough. Especially, people aren't used to these uniforms yet, I think, too. Or the weapon sounds. Luke and Chris trying to hold this area. Oh, another team kill we see from 1ID. But, yeah, 1ID's getting overrun here. They're going to have to really fight tooth and nail to hold this. It's just mostly Rangers holding over here, and then we have some, I think 18th has the Maxim crew. And this, maybe they can hold, but that's going to be a problem. See, Chris getting quite a few kills here. Chris with another kill. Chris is stacking up the bodies. The big question is, will a medic just revive them all? But that whole attack from the west is pretty much done. We have, I don't know which 1ID member that is, but he's fallen back. And I think that's Betrez with the Dimitri name, just laying down fire with the DP-27 there. Oh, wait a second. I think that's the guy who created the DP-27. That's cool. Alright, and now we have the pincer closing. So I think at this point, it's just a matter of time. But the amount of casualties the Soviets can inflict here will be important, because the Germans might be incentivized to use a respawn wave before attacking the next objective. And if you can get them to do that, I'd say that's a pretty big win. And Chris, oh, Chip now. Chip is, I thought it said Chris, getting some kills, so 18th here, not making it easy. This is one thing I love about the low respawn events, is when you're in a situation like this, it's just a few of you left and you're trying to hold off. You don't know how many attackers there are left. It can get really intense and really get the heart rate up. Obviously, the downside is if you die right at the beginning, and I get that. But moments like these can become really intense. Sometimes you're really low on ammo too. It looks like we just have 4 people left, 2 Rangers. We got Murtaugh and Emerald. So, 2 officers. Ooh, Rex gets domed by David.
I told someone to watch East, but they didn't do it. We don't talk about it.
Circle turtle on the objective.
Oh, hop on that MG. I have.
Oh, Emerald's down. I think it's just 2. Oh, and Chris is down. So, what a what a poetic ending. The platoon leader, last man standing.
Are you sure?
Are you on the MG?
Lava.
Hey, Germans, start digging that fob, bro. Pull out those shovels.
I haven't tried digging it down yet. There were north. like on the placements.
Murtaugh, kill them, kill them.
He got one.
Ah!
Oh,
I think a
shit.
trade at the end.
No.
A trade at the end. Well, it was a good last stand.
Oh, man.
Alright, so I'd say that was a very good job by the Axis. Looks like they have, I would say, about half manpower after that attack. So nice job from them. Let's check revives. Yeah, 40 revives. That's huge. That's major advantage of attacking, is if you're gaining ground, you're able to get the revives. If you're defending and you're losing ground, all those guys that are wounded are not getting revived. So it took about 28 minutes or so, and lost about casualties. I'd say that's a really good job. I think this next one's going to be a lot more difficult. The objectives are more spread out. So you can see they have a bit of a wider area to check. And I think this objective is just going to be more difficult to attack in general. I'm interested to see where they'll try to come from. I think it makes sense to kind of just sweep west to east. It's probably what I would do, but I also tend to keep my platoon a bit closer to each other than it looks like 501E did, at least for the first part. So we'll see how they decide to tackle it. Maybe, I mean, 4 bridge crossings. I could also see trying to utilize all 4 in case the defenders decided to try to lock those down. One thing I like about playing against 501E is I really don't ever know what they're going to do. With some of the other units, you kind of get an idea for how they play. You can start to predict it. 501E, I'm not good at predicting, at least not yet. I haven't had the opportunity to watch many as an admin though, and this I think is what really helps kind of learn how they play. And I used to admin a lot back in the day, so that's when I'd learn how these units like to play. And we can see they are going to split up here. So we have at least a squad going east. Looks like maybe both these squads will go for this bridge, or maybe one will go over here. I think they still have a half-track. They do. They still have a half-track over here. I don't know if anyone alive knows about it, because I think both squads that were initially pushing from here got wiped, unless any got revived. about that. Shame on me. Or did get in. Nice. And it looks like it's pretty foggy now. It might be on a heavier level of snow. Let's see. Hey, we're on snow 2 now. So there are 3 levels of snow. There's snow, snow 2, and snow 3. But I usually number 3 is the heaviest, but I think I did the heaviest first with this. So regular snow should be the heaviest, I think. Snow 2 medium, snow 3 should be light. Either way, it's moderately foggy now. You can see this is where the next objective is. Over here. Now, of course, the Germans don't know this. It could be any... Oh.
What is this one? You going through...
It's a trench, still.
We're going through the chart.
Looks like
Someone
someone
digging
didn't
down?
read the documents. Uh-oh.
This forest here. So I don't know if someone thought they saw something. Or what. Maybe they just thought this was a likely area to hold. It does cover this crossing really well. This whole forest here. But this is not where the Allies are. This is pretty important that they're wasting a lot. 2 mortar half tracks, which I think each one comes with 25 HE, 25 smoke. I was considering reducing that to 1, but I go over here. So we'll see how it goes. So spending a good amount of time possibly with some confusion with the MSP. I forgot to spawn it and then he thought he could move it, so might have slowed things down a bit. But they did capture the first objective in a good amount of time, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I think. Negligent dis- no one fell in the water, did they? Maybe someone grabbed the wrong kit. Alright, can again. Board. So just as a reminder, everything's offset here. So this is the kills, this is the deaths, and so on. So you can see kills, not a lot for either side, but the wounds are, I think, where we'll see the real tale. Yeah, so 26 wounds for the ally. Ah, I was like, how did they have 40 revives before? I forgot it's offset. So they had 12 revives to 6 revives. Okay, so not a lot of revives going on. And we can see 40 wounds. That makes sense. It's about the whole team here. We can see the allies are also short on numbers. It's not ideal. But we'll take a scroll through, see who's been really racking them up. We'll take a look at the Axis first. Pierre has 2. We'll also look at wounds, see who's dropping bodies. Alexander. Ooh, Frank Carter with 5. It's the highest so far. Ooh, 6. Reese Morton. So the squad leaders with the MP40s racking up the kills. And let's look here. We have Murtaugh with 9 wounds. The SVT. Only 4 of them kills, so we can see the revives taking effect there. A lot of them are probably on the last objective. Or at the objective, I should say. Lots of 1s and 0s. We got Chris with 3. We were calling him out earlier, so nice job by Chris. Olsen with 2. And that's, oh, and Luke with 2. That's really it for multi-kills for the allies, so. Better on this one. I think terrain. Which I think over here makes sense. I'm not sure about what's going on. To me, this feels like a waste unless the idea is they don't get spotted and they hit the flank or the rear once the engagement happens, which might be the plan here. So the Allies mortared the west, or the Axis mortared the west, and now they're crossing the east. My guess is they don't think this will be the objective. Especially since they're sending so much of their team over here.
Probably scouting.
So it's going to become pretty important to see if this 4-man team can delay.
Oh no.
I bet.
I'm sorry. I'm on command chat.
I just realized I was talking in the wrong. That's that's such an idiot. I was talking in local instead of I was holding the wrong push to talk button. Whoops.
Cop.
We'll just pretend that didn't happen.
Looks like they pulled back now. I don't see
No,
them
they're
anymore.
still there. I see him.
No, they're gonna. I still see him.
Oh, yep. 3:30. There's like 8 dudes looking this way. But I'm not.
Right, well, at least I don't think I gave anyone away. So that's good. Germans are very spread out. Very, very spread out. Trying every crossing here. Just about, anyway. Let's see, 5th AD over here. Looks like Fredericks might take command of the squad here. I think I saw Orr. Yeah, Orr's trying to link up with them. So we got Rangers. We're in the middle-ish. Got 18th. So is there a machine? Okay, Emerald has the Maxim team, I believe. So I think if you can get the Maxim up over here, the Germans will have a very difficult time pushing this unless they get some orders.
Range is 100. Confirmed.
Conserve your ammo, conserve your ammo.
Now we have the Maxim fire.
I gotta pack up.
No, sorry. Okay, I need to work out a bet how to correct ranging. Let's just move to the others. Let's go to the others.
Alright, so there. Oh, and 5th AD. Hopefully they just stay hidden here. These guys are, hopefully for 5th AD, just going to check, see if there's a fob, realize there's not, tell everyone else, and being effective. And I think, or he realized that there's Germans here and had to turn around. But hey, it's probably important to say don't engage when there's no Germans, otherwise people will always think there's Germans when you tell them not to engage. Hey, just a reminder not to engage while you're alone. I know you know, but just telling you.
Yeah, I'll let him shoot first. And I will try to run away, I think. I just don't know what the fuck my guys want. Every position I've been given so far is inaccurate. It's amazing.
I'd tell you where they are, but you'd run into Germans if I told you, so.
Yeah, that's all. Not exactly.
This is awesome.
30 rounds. Mount.
I got hit. Got tickled. Let's move the gun. Move the gun. Gun's loaded.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm down. Goes to the teammates on the northeast.
Fortunate there.
Manage me if you can, but we're probably not getting me up.
Alright, I'm bandaging you real quick. Then you said north, right?
Yeah.
Good delaying action here,
Try to
though.
get chips
Oh
together,
man,
force
if
this up,
that's
and maybe they can revive me. But don't worry about my body.
Maxim wasn't shooting anymore, and they used that opportunity to cross. That's actually really well done. That's really nice to see. And they kept firing with other guys while they were doing that. They kept the...
I've got Luke watching west. What do you?
Someone else here
What
for a
happened?
sec. I might have to
Yeah?
respawn. My game's glitching out. Yeah, so I
I'm-
can't. I
I'm
have like
watching west.
chat and map overlay, and I can't get rid of it. Can I respawn?
Yeah.
It's like it's in a weird way where I can also still see the game, but it's blocking everything. So I'm gonna respawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5th AD did engage these guys here. So I'm not sure if that was intentional, or if they were trying to make their way back to objective, or what happened there.
Oh no, I'm bleeding from my own smoke.
Watch out, they can shoot through this wood. Don't stay near the wood.
They're gonna have to be quick here. Do they have a medic?
I'm watching
Once we
the back.
come up, we're falling back. Alright, someone watch the back here.
I'm watching the back.
One watch
Yep, I'll
back,
watch
one
this.
watch front. I'm healing.
Be
You
quick,
watch
we're not
back, I'll watch you.
stabilized.
Yep. Be quick. Pick them up. We're gonna fall back to the other warehouse.
So they're gonna try to fall back now. There's another squad there.
Fredericksburg.
Grenade,
He's
grenade,
throwing
grenade.
grenades at us.
Oh, that was dicey. That was dicey.
They're right next to us. Disengage, guys.
Frederick, stay back. Frederick, we're falling back.
Yep, copy.
Oh no, they're getting hit from their flank. This is not a good situation for 5th AD here. Slavish got one of them. Oh! Knife kill! Fran with the knife kill. Medic with the knife kill. That's awesome. Yeah, but 5th AD has to get out of here now. They can. Although, that said, they did a really good job. I don't know if they're going to be able to get Johnny, if he's even revivable. They're a bit split up now. Looks like Sigmund is trying to fall back, I'm guessing. Okay, he's got his bandage out, so he's aware of what's going on. Knows he's alone right now. And I'd say the verdict is snow 3 is heavy snow. This seems heavier, but I don't know. Alright, I'd say all in all that was decent for 5th AD, but now can they still get out? That's the question. Gonna check over here. The Germans cross the river here. I don't know who the Maxim gun was. I don't know who the Maxim gunner is. So they might still have the Maxim, they might not, but nice move by Livingstone here. So pulling back, I don't know exactly when they decided to pull back, if it was before the river crossing or not. But now pushing back in, hopefully when the Germans think the area is clear. So some nice plays over here. We saw the nice plays with the crossing of the road by the Germans over there. Now some nice plays by Livingstone, trying to bait them in here. The key here is that Livingstone has no support. They're in a position and have... Okay, yeah, they might be able to. 26th over here. Looks like they're in a position to help. And they've got the DP So that's good, actually. That's really going to distract. It's good if they're not shooting at friendlies, though. And I don't think they actually see anything. But we'll tune back into 5th AD. Oh, this guy. Oh my god.
That's 2 squads of infantry right there. On A.
Skittles, watch over to the west. I'm gonna keep watching to the north.
He's hiding.
Alright.
Oh my god.
I might see a corpse over there. I can't tell.
This is awesome.
Nope, that's a bush.
This is one thing I do appreciate about most of 501E.
I killed one guy with a knife.
They're good about this stuff, and
That's a good
they'll
job.
roleplay this so well. We do have more fighting on the other side, so I do want to get back over there. So, sorry I won't catch the whole story on Sigmund here. 18th has made their move. They're way outnumbered over here, it looks like, but it's 18th, so they could still win it. Livingstone's still up. some team kills now from the Germans. That's not a team kill. See, what you'd love to see is if 26 is able to come over now. It's pretty tough because it's an open field and they don't know if the Germans are still over there watching, so I get why they're not doing it. But that would be critical. Like if 26 came over here right now, wipe these guys. Man, these grenades are so close, but just not hitting the mark. Did he just blow himself up? I think he did. Yeah, so I think, depending... See, this... I don't know if they're trying to flank, but if they are, they gotta make it a much tighter flank than where they're going right now, or else all their friendlies are gonna be dead. And I don't know if 18th has a medic here. I don't know who their medic was. Or the Germans, for that matter.
Our medic is dead.
Oh, their medic's dead. There you go. Thanks
The
for the
guy who
info,
killed the
Livingstone.
medic is dead too, bud.
See, what's really gonna hurt is if the Germans are able to get a medic over here. Now, I'm guessing most of these guys aren't stabilized and they're gonna bleed out soon, so that might be okay. Oh, and a team kill there. Oh no, they killed Sigmund! They team killed Sigmund! No! He survives the Soviets and gets team killed. Oh, that is unfortunate. Now, 5th AD does still have their medic up, but at this point, I don't even know who would still... Oh, well, no, it doesn't matter. He's dead. All the way over here? Did he run out of the house and say, hey, I'm friendly, and they shot him? Brutal. Now this would be really good, depending how many revives the Germans got. So, we'll see. I'm not really sure. And 18th did end up cleaning this up. There's still that group out there. I don't know if they pulled back or they were trying to flank or what. But 18th did clean this up. Unfortunately, no one's going to get revived. Emerald was stabilized earlier. He must have been, because his body's still here. But he's got to be bleeding out any second now, because that was a while ago. Slavish is making it back. As long as he doesn't get team killed. So nice job, Slavish, making it back. When your rifle fails you, you gotta rely on your legs. Now we just gotta hope Wilson doesn't see him. Because Wilson's been shooting Soviets.
Okay.
Like he's a commissar watching for retreating Soviets in Stalingrad or something.
Hey Wilson, do you still have eyes?
Also,
What's up, Sob?
fired a Hotel
Are
7.
you still looking south?
I got the MG looking south.
Wait, Petrez has his real name back. So was that not Petrez before? No. That was Petrez, right?
Oh, okay.
He had
Hey Rex, you in this?
the guy's name. Lorne never found his squad, so he's just linked up with Murtaugh. Oh, we hear mortars now. So no. So let's see if these guys get to cover, because I think mortars are about to fall on them. And looks like they're running away, at least. Yeah, getting out of here. I think they know what's coming. That would have been good, like, 15 minutes ago, maybe. It was a little more on target, but not sure what happened there. Done. They do have a medic over there, though, actually. I just saw that on the map. So Walter, and looks like some of these guys were stabilized. Because 4 guys over here doesn't seem too bad. 7 guys seems like a bit more of a problem. Because 4 guys pushing this should be no problem. 7 guys might be more of a problem. Why is he? Oh, I always think that's a driver. I think that's a steering wheel, but it's not. It's a scope for a marksman. Alright, and it looks like the Rangers are going to get pushed here. Now, I think this is going to be really important for the event. If the Soviets can force the Germans to use another respawn wave to capture this, I think that's a huge win. If not, then I think it's going to be really difficult to hold that third objective against 2 more respawn waves, because they'll have a 1 to replenish here. Yeah. Well, they'll have 2 waves themselves. Well, 1 wave after they respawn. I don't know. But it looks like a squad here and like a fire team there. So we'll call it like 2.5 squads. Rangers are going to be right in the middle of it, it looks like. So we'll see what kind of support they get from here, and if the support coming up here opens up an avenue for what's left over there. Will they revive those 3 guys? Oh, it doesn't even look like they're walking through there, so I don't think you're going to see a revive there. So that's pretty huge, I think. I think those 3 guys would make a big difference on this flank. I think it a distraction to a legitimate push. And, let's watch how this unfolds. You know what? I'm gonna make sure my recording is actually recording. Alright, looks like we're good. That would have been really annoying. Oh, and the Rangers are repositioning, so I don't know if someone saw these guys moving over here, or if there was a call on the radio maybe to consolidate more around the objective. But I think this ends up being good. I think now the whole team can focus more on countering this. Then you have this 4-man flank and this 4-man flank wherever it is. Oh, it's still deep in the woods over there. But I think those 4-man flanks are much more manageable when you have your whole platoon here. Although, it looks like 18th is pushing out again. Wait, yeah, it's 18th. With, ooh. It's unfortunate.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna stabilize you. I'm gonna stabilize you. Try to get Mache.
I got shot through that fucking fence, I think.
That's
Wow.
260.
How did he know I was there?
Medic.
Shut.
We need a medic.
Hold on.
Only
I thought
relevant
I just saw a
information.
flare. As a 4-man team, it's probably the most useful thing you can do is lock down this road, especially if you know you got guys about to cross it. So really nice. I'm really liking a lot of plays I'm seeing from 5-1 either. Just doing a lot of like the basic fundamental things right, I would say. And here we go. So now they're crossing the road, and they know they control the road right now because of that MG. So that's really nice, really well done. If they didn't have that MG there, for all they know a Soviet MG is watching this road, right? And crossing that's much more dangerous. Looks like they were able to revive the 2 casualties from that MG though, so that's nice. Alright, so they shot a flare up over here. So they've spotted these guys in these houses. You can see some bullets hitting the snow. Another flare going up over here. Yeah, they get like 2 full squads right here. That's the main push for sure. Watching their backs. Hopefully someone does. Oh, you know what? This is what doesn't wait. He says there's some engagement over there. Let's go flank it. And that's what they need to do. If they're not holding this, they need to flank this. Support the guys being attacked. Rangers. Ooh. Not good for Rangers. This could still be okay for the Allies, depending on timing. If Livingstone could close this flank before these guys get wiped, and especially before these flanks close in, then I think the Allies will be fine to hold this. And we do have a decent number of Rangers still up, so we gotta make sure those guys stay alive. And take some guys with them if they do go down. Ooh, that is an unfortunate type to ball defense. We got Petrez with the DP-27 there, though, so he's good to take at least 2. Oh, there's the 2. Here's a 3rd. Yep, he's putting a stop to that flank right there. But they have guys in their rear, so they're getting pincered. 26 is holding the objective pretty well, though. No one can really push on him. And Livingstone's coming in with this flank, as long as he keeps moving it forward. Ovenbake got lost, though. Not good. Lost one of your guys there. And No way is this guy going for revives right now. Okay, no. I thought that was a medic trying to revive. Luke goes down. Rangers just gotta keep holding on here until Livingstone gets like another 100 meters closer. If they can do that, I think they'll be okay. Tries pushing up here. Oh man, these guys gotta keep up with Livingstone, gotta keep moving. Oh, and Super goes down, so 26 SL is down. Starting to get close here. Oh no, does anyone... oh no, and he's going for revives here, no way. No way he's going for revives right now. That's huge. That is a risky play, but that is huge. This squad is dead if it wasn't for that. Now there's 3 guys instead, or 4 guys with this guy instead of just 1 or 2. Petrez is holding this down right now though. 26 is holding this, some Germans still advancing. Getting right in there. Alexander, remember he had 5 kills after the first objective. He's going and looking for more. And look at the scoreboard up there. Look at Petrez and now Murtaugh and Martin up there too. This is a clutch hold. This is what 1ID needed. And Livingstone's now here. He can clean up the rest of these guys if he's quick about it. Yeah, you know Livingstone hears that MG and he's moving right in. Super Soldier down again, so he must have gotten revived, but now he's down. German's right here on the fob. 1 German there. Did not mean. And Betrez is still alive. Betrez is still holding his ground here. 2 Germans opposing him, and we've got Livingstone in the back of these Germans right here. And if he pushes in now, Livingstone's got the right idea. This right here is exactly how you want to operate your platoon. You have kind of your anchor squads, then you have the squad that's being aggressive. An aggressive mindset on the defense. And, I mean, also a clutch hold from Rangers in 26, no doubt about it. I think there's still a machine gun here. It's probably going to open up, and when it does, man, Livingstone. We got a little 1v1 here between... oh no, it's 2. Was that 2? That's the medic. No shot. The medic is still alive. Oh, thanks Adobe. That was much needed. Here comes Livingstone, going to take out this German team. Oh, I think he already did. Did I miss it? Oh no! Betrez kills Livingstone. No! All that work. Can't really fault Betrez. He was killing so many Germans, but oh, you know that's going to tear Livingstone up. That's so unfortunate. Oh, I'm getting some lag there. Is everyone? Server health is okay, so. Oh no, whoever this medic is over here is just clutch. Like, what the heck? Eugene? Eugene? Frankreich, we'll call him Frankreich.
gentil. Oui. Tu veux que j'aille où avec le mortier au même endroit, Wood? Tu vas à l'MSB et on va bouger ensemble là. On va bouger les trois ensemble. Ça marche. Thank you very much.
Vous voulez que je conduise un truc ou quoi alors finalement?
Oui, oui, attends, il est en train de. Il est en train de.
Ah, il est en train de les popper.
Thank you.
Welcome, have fun.
If they're gonna mortar this position, I can't have the entire team sitting in this little fucking.
Alright, so these guys are, looks like maybe pulling back. Oh no, another team kill.
Okay, bud, I'm gonna go get a medic.
Livingstone got revived, and now he's stabilizing Orr, who also got team killed. Also, Martin might run into some Germans here, and Wilson.
A little further in. Let's just go a little further in. Watch the road.
Oh boy!
Oh my god!
Get some frags off, boys! If they have any left, so ooh. Ew. Well, looks like Wilson traded with grenades, and there was a German team kill with grenades. That's another thing I love about these slower paced events. There's a calm, and you never know when the calm is gonna end. Like, you think there's a lull in the action right now, you come out here, and then there's just Germans in the trees. Makes it so intense to play, in my opinion. Well, these two made it out. Looks like they're gonna pull back here. Let's see. I don't know how many medics the Allies still have. But another German group over here. So the remnants of the first attack still causing chaos, not letting the Allies set up the way they might want to. Now, you really don't expect 1ID to hold this against a full wave, but what you hope to happen as 1ID is to cause enough casualties that this wave is weakened when it comes to the next objective. Because now this is the second respawn used by the Allies, or by the Axis, and the Allies have still only had one respawn from coming to this objective. But you gotta remember the attackers get one extra wave, so have to force the attackers to use more waves here. Alright, it looks like they did have a medic pick these guys up, so that's awesome. Slavish sees... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sees the Germans here. And this could play into the Allies' hands a bit here. The Germans are coming in a little bit piecemeal. And if they do that, they might suffer more casualties than they would if they attack together.
To the west.
Close.
We're getting engaged.
I need a bench. I need a
Ooh,
bench.
nice grenade from Herky. Gets 2 kills there.
Come on.
They're just over. I'm good.
Gotta wonder when these Germans are gonna decide to attack. When are they gonna think that these guys are occupied enough? Ooh, was that a grenade that went right in here? over top. It's a nice little spot. This is what I mean about attacking piecemeal. I mean, I think they haven't wounded a single Soviet soldier over here in this attack yet, and they're almost all dead. I mean, if they keep doing that one squad at a time, they're gonna suffer a lot of attrition here. And critically now is time. There's 42 minutes left. Nice grenade from Orr. Hear that? I'm almost out of ammo. That's another thing I love. Ammo supply when you've been alive for a while defending this objective. Ooh, Orr goes down. Is that Herky pushing it? Herky cleaning up. Did not mean to open that again. Herky coming around the side here. You can't see over the fence though. We saw one of the Rangers before vaulting a fence dying, so you don't wanna vault the fence to check it out. But yeah, just like that, I mean, German squad down. And that is not a medic. Ooh, but these survivors from the first wave, reinforced by some of the next wave. So now this is going to get really difficult. And is Smash Machine watching? He's watching, but he can't quite see the angle. Cannot. Oh, he should be able to see. Yep.
What's up, Smash?
Oh yeah, come on, he's got to see those guys.
Infantry coming northwest.
Yep. So here comes the next attack. Oh, and that is nice by the Germans. They were ready. They started moving. They had an MG set up. And yeah, they have some open ground to cover, but when you have an MG suppressing like that, that's your best bet to cover open ground. Yeah, now I think it's just too many. Oh, the numbers are a bit too overwhelming right now. See the orange smoke from the Germans there, from the smoke gun. Zeichen or something like that. Now it's just a matter of inflicting casualties for 1ID. We'll say a lot of Germans just sitting in the tree line. Okay, here comes the next wave. That's what they need to do. They need to get in here, clear it with numbers, because people are holding angles in here. It's not going to be easy to push. Ooh, grenade? Ooh, too far. They're taking a lot with them. Look, it's all 1ID kills right here. That's a nice little foxhole. And Herky taking more with him. Oh, but he's out of ammo. be surprised if Herky had the most kills right now. Oh, Herky getting kills with the pistol. You hear that TT-33 popping off and he gets a kill? Ah, and Herky goes down. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Herky, that was Stan. Oh my god. Herky's still fighting. Oh, what a stand by Herky. Alright. Oh, who else is still alive? No, that was it. Oh, Livingstone and Slobbish. Would you look at that? Oh, Livingstone goes down. Now it's just Slobbish. There it is. Fob is down. Alright. I'd say that was pretty successful from 1ID. They forced a second wave, and even that wave looks like it's only about half strength, so...
Has anyone survived long there?
No.
So judging by the text, I think they're using another wave right here. So they'll have a full wave plus one respawn to take it, but the German or the Allies also have a full wave plus a commander wave to take it. So yeah, this last objective is gonna about an hour to take that objective there. And the terrain very different than you see in most maps in the game. A lot of open field, but dense forest kind of separating it. And the actual objective is in the middle of some pretty dense forest, so going to be interesting to see how they play it. I'm going to sneak away to the bathroom really quick. You just make sure...
And then I'll catch up once I fix this kit situation.
Let's go.
Which is what's wrong with your kit?
I'm moving.
Not entirely sure what was wrong with this kid. He had the right weapon, just not the Polish skin. But maybe he switched.
Pop the turret if the turret's already up.
Okay, looks like he's taking over as SL. I think I did see Sobieski leave before. But Trez, are you good with your kit?
Yeah, I just had to switch the faction. Or,
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Sneak away to go pee. Potentially where the first engagement will happen, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Also, something I forgot to do. Forgot to turn that center dot off. Sorry you guys had to see that the whole time. I think this is a good idea. I think at this point, as the allies, if you see
Okay,
someone,
copy. Where's
no
Kill?
matter how
Keep
far
going,
away
keep
you
going.
shoot, you try to slow them down. They only have 30 minutes to try to take this. Anything you can do to slow them down is worth it.
It's like their main force there. There's a lot of them.
Oh, why is there so much drop shadow on my text? You see that? Wilson's got like no drop shadow, and there's a ton of drop shadow on mine. It's interesting. Now, so they know it's got to be one of the two in the south. But this is not a great approach for them. We'll see what the elevation's like. Maybe they got some okay, they have plenty of defilade down here. So their right flank's pretty secure. They just got to get to this forest. And I really like seeing this area played. It plays so different from any other Squad 44 map. You know, there's not hedges and farms and buildings. It's just steppe with some admittedly dense forests in places, but it's just very different. It's really interesting to see how both sides are going to choose to play it. We might have an engagement here. We got Nathan Payne and his squad. Looks like 5th AD again, always the first in action, so here. Again, I didn't mean to press that. I also wanted to check kills after that objective, but I'm a little late on that now.
German heading directly for us. Direct north.
Oh boy, the PPSH is open up, or PPDs. Now the DP opens up, and yeah, this is not where you want to be if you're this German squad. They're getting good frags, but the foxholes are protecting 5th AD. Ooh, that frag is gonna get the kill, I think. I don't know if he's gonna be able to bandage in time. Oh, he got it. What a clutch self-first aid. Oh my god. Things are popping off over there. Let me zoom over there. I wish I caught that. 18th just destroying this German push. That is nothing but blue kills on the kill feed there. Absolutely wild. So the Germans were having pretty good success pushing across open areas covered by MGs. I don't know what happened here, but that they did not have MG coverage or something. That's not what they want. Well, now they have MG coverage with the 250. I think this is the first time they're really using the 250 offensively, which I'm pretty surprised, actually, that they didn't use it before. Oh, there's something. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit more difficult, but 18th have some good marksmen in their regiment, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone can pop the head off that guy. Looks like 5th AD has forced that German squad to skirt around their flank. I'm going to stay here. This is the bigger engagement. A lot rides on this one too. If 18th can hold off long enough for these guys to bleed out, that is a huge manpower loss. Unfortunately, no support anywhere near for 18th. But their medic is alive. Will he be able to get any revives? I don't know. It's pretty not good here. Oh, we see a lot of people already just bleeding. So yeah, looks like a lot of the damage is... Was that the medic that just died? It was. Well, pretty risky going up there for the revive. I understand why he did it. But maybe you'd rather see someone try to drag him back rather than your medic going down there. But like I said, huge manpower losses for the Germans. I think only 4 or 5 for the Allies. And it looked like about a squad for the Germans. So trading up for the Allies there. And critically, you're slowing them down. There's only 25 minutes left. Here, then we're going to look at the flanks. So we've got Rangers out here. Kind of in squads now. This one, I think, maybe likely they get engaged. And if it's clear, they're going to go right for the next one, so... Have found themselves sandwiched between squads, I think, on each of the first 2 objectives, and now they're potentially going to get sandwiched again, so... A bit rough there. We do see Betrez as squad leader now. I don't know who picked up the machine gun, but that is potentially a loss there, not having Betrez on the machine gun, although
Mark, I'm sure you've already done it, but
he's an
update
excellent squad leader, so I'm not going to say it's an outright loss. Miche looks like he's the medic covering the rear there,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Here with 18th. Alright, it looks like Livingstone's pulling him back here, and I think that's a good choice. You did the damage, you're outnumbered, pull back. Good choice by Livingstone. Livingstone's been playing a really good event so far, with his squad leading, making a lot of good calls. He always does. He's a good squad leader, but nice to shout it out sometimes. Alright, so 5th kills they ended up getting. I should have checked how strong this squad was at the start, but it's only 5 guys. If it was an assault squad, it would have been 6, so there's at least... So now, what is 5th AD's goal here? Are they going to stay and wait for another attack to come through this area? Are they going to stay and try to hit someone from the rear? Or are they going to... Rangers are getting pushed on now. Yep, and they've been spotted, so...
Through the trees, I couldn't see it too well.
I don't think they
Hold
dug any
fire.
fox
We do
holes
have
here.
sorry.
Movement, team, movement.
Oh, they don't even know the Rangers are here. I was wondering why Betrez said to hold fire. Well, that's why. And these guys are going to walk right into the Rangers, trying to flank this Maxim up here. And that's a good spot for the Maxim, locking down the road. I said earlier on the previous objective, the Germans were able to cross the road because they locked it down with a machine gun. Well, now, I mean, it looks like they still got across the road, but it's contested now at least. Okay, we see the DP is Chris. It looks like Chris has the DP. It's going to be interesting to see. Chris had a lot of kills on the first objective with the Mosin. And we hear mortars launching now. Mortars coming in, don't know where. Oh, might have been on 18th's old position, so that's another good call, or again, a good call by Livingstone pulling out of there. Now he didn't get mortared. Yeah, and I just don't think the Germans are going to be able to push this area here. The Rangers have a good line set up, and they're backed up by the Maxim, covering their flank here, and not going to get flanked over here most likely in the open, so as long as they don't die to a bunch of grenades, I think they're going to hold this one pretty well. Arthur coming up on a flank here. Green flare going up. So before they're using red flares to mark where friendlies were, this is a green flare straight up, so maybe friendlies in need of assistance is kind of what the green flare means. I don't know if it was ever specified. They do have a medic here. Miche is the medic, and he's still alive. He picked up, I think it was Chris over there. Murtaugh's over here with the Rangers. So platoon leader over here. Oh, we can see some Germans are behind the fob now in the south, and 5th AD is rotating around. But is anyone on the fob watching their flank? Oh, Murtaugh goes down. Hopefully Miche's able to get him up. See, even these close quarters though, just a lot of suppressive fire because this is a dense forest. You really can't see anything.
Hold them as long as possible. Keep up the rate of fire. Let's go.
Yep, you can hear Betrez. Hold them as long as possible. So they know there's 20 minutes left. They know they have another respawn. So it isn't bad if you trade for time, but this could be a problem. Someone's got to see this. I mean, you could see them try to dig down the fob, be ghosts here. I mean, I would hate to see the event end like that, but oh, did I? Okay, well the good news is, one ID saw it. Bad news is I had always valid on, so they were able to upgrade some of these trenches that I don't think they should have been able to. Well, that's the first wave of the rear attack dealt with. There's still another squad out there, but now 5th AD is coming around. And where did where's Livingstone's squad? That's... I'm just playing. There we go again. So, contact here. Livingstone takes his squad. Let's be aggressive. Let's go flank it. I love it. And in this case, he might run right into a different squad, which is unfortunate, but it's the right mindset. You don't wait. You don't dilly-dally. You just take the initiative. You be aggressive, and unfortunately, sometimes you die.
Watch out for the south.
But most of the time, you're gonna catch them off guard, especially if they were still engaged here. The PTRD tank rifle shooting at the half track here.
Yeah, he's dead.
Just keep letting Fredericks kill that.
Soviet is having some issues. Must have been pretty significant though. Betrez took over. And Germans making better progress than I expected over here, but you can see, so they gained what, like 20, 30 meters, if that, in that amount of time. It's just so difficult fighting in this dense forest, especially when you're the one that has to push. Yeah. This is smoke. This could be good if it's smoke. It looks like it's smoke now. Maybe. Maybe not. No, it's not smoke. But But this is not an angle you want to have to push from if you're the Germans. The squad just right in the middle of it. How did they get through here? That's crazy. Oh, I missed that.
I guess they're alive.
Alright, so a fresh wave from 1ID. And the area is secure. So 14 minutes. Wait, is it?
Yeah. I can't dig. Alright.
Oh. Well then. I really do appreciate 501E taking their bandages out when they know they're in a lone wolf situation. It makes it so much easier for the admins to know that, hey, this guy knows he's lone wolfing and he can't engage. Something we should start adopting in 1ID, to be honest. I will take this opportunity to look at the kills again. Sorry I didn't look at it after Objective 2. So we can see the Allies are now ahead. Oh, that's deaths. I forgot, it's offset. So Germans are still ahead in kills, barely ahead in wounds. Revives, they're barely ahead. So pretty even, mostly. We got Murtaugh with 13. Got Bud Kit Kat with Marksman with 13. Got Orr with 6, nice. Got, I don't know who this actually is, with 7. Super with 5. Herky with 11. Remember, he was going off with the PPD on Objective 2. Nice to see. King Julian with 6. Respectable. Petrez with 7. He had that stand with the DP-27 on the right flank on Objective 2. Alright, so got our highlights there. On the other side, was I... Oh, this is not offset. Okay, man, this is confusing. Jeffrey Young with 10 wounds as the medic, also with 6 revives. Interesting. Well, we can see everyone's in transports right now. There's going to be a big mechanized push. We have David Adams with 14 as the marksman. Nice. Steph Rowe, Henry Davis at 6. Reese Morton, SL with 12. few others with 5, but I hear mortars. Let's get back to it. Yep, they're mortaring right around the fob. Makes sense. And now we have a very consolidated defense. I think that makes sense. I like how Murtaugh played this one. Spread out, delay, delay, delay. Use the wave. Boom, you're consolidated. Make them try to break through in the time that they have left. I like how he's... It wasn't too crazy first objective, but the terrain kind of sucked. Second objective, maybe a bit too spread out for me, but I understand why he did it. This, I love. And we can see some German survivors are on the flanks. There, got a little fire team left. Column. Uh-oh, and then they all died in the rush. Well, that was cool. That was cinematic. So here we go. They got 10 minutes. They've got half tracks. I don't know what kind of... I don't know who this is. Oh, Murtaugh. Okay. I assume he's just scouting. He's got his binos out. But I think he's just gonna die. Oh, I think he's gotta see them. Yep. Now he's gotta get out of here. The defensive setup for this objective. Didn't love that part. Fortune favors the bold, but it doesn't guarantee success for the bold. Didn't work out, but he tried. And now it's a battle against time. Less than 9 minutes for the Germans to take this. David Adams, I think he's the marksman for the Germans. Looks like he's up on that hill. Yeah, he's just picking apart some Rangers right now with that Scope K98. Oh, and we've got a mechanized half-track push just rolling across the steppe. MG's firing. The PTRD's trying to work, but... Oh, against that half-track. This is well coordinated. Pretty much hitting every angle. Close to the same time as you can expect to get in these events, I think. But this... Ooh, they're here a little early. I don't know how it's going to go for these guys. Got another half-track in support. I do like having that marksman up on the hill to start this whole thing off. I just don't know if they're going to have enough guys here to do what they need. And 5th AD pulling back. Nice reaction there. Good job by Orr. Unfortunately, he's got a squad on his left flank. He's going to run right into these. It's crazy how dense this forest is. Like, they look so close. But when you get down there, you just can't see anything. And I love it. This feels like a forest. But we're going to have to see some quick reactions from these guys to deal with all this. Looks like most of the Germans did drop off in the back here. You got the half-track over here and a squad pushing through here. So lots of chaos right now, trying to just overwhelm the defenders. And it might work. This is tough to deal with. And now they've dismounted from the half-tracks. They're all spread out over here. Rooting these guys out is going to be difficult now. Like we got some Rangers on my left here, but they're just Luke and 26 maybe that. It's just a whole mix. 18th is at the top of my screen. Most of the ranges are over there. You can see they're repositioning now. But as everyone's repositioning, these guys are coming in. But Livingstone just pushed his squad up there. So Livingstone might see that. We're down to just under 6.5 minutes. And no one gets explosives in this. So the Germans cannot just blow up the fob. They have to dig it down, which is key. They can't just run someone in there and get a lucky satchel off. They have to have control and dig it down. Both sides out of respawn waves. Almost out of time. 1ID trying to hold on. And we, oh my god, just all the kills right now. And initially, it looks like momentum stalled a bit. But the Germans have 5 minutes to regain some of that momentum. And of course, stolen half-tracks now. Leave it to 5th AD. Stealing the half-tracks. They didn't get a tank, but they said this'll do. And our friend Sigmund goes down again. Looks like Julian killed Sigmund. Poor guy can't catch a break. The Germans are so close to the fob, but pushing any closer in this dense forest is going to be difficult. Ooh, Fredericks, I think, with a nice kill there, yeah. Shot with the Mosin. And it's just, man. Getting attacked from just about every angle. I guess it's really two. But I'm sure if you're in there, it feels like it's every angle. Because you were getting attacked from here earlier. Who do we have up here? So it looks like only maybe 4 Germans left on this flank. Germans being wilted away over here. They got a half-track coming up in defense, but it looks like 1ID has the numbers right now. I was saying before with medics, you know, when you're attacking and you gain ground, you can get the revives. But if you don't gain ground and the defenders hold their perimeter or push it out, now they're getting the revives. So looks like that might be what's happening here, is lots of revives for the allies. And obviously some good trades too. You can see 5th AD and 18th combination, Slavish and Treadway bringing that half-track around. Will they see that half-track to get the kill on that, or at least get the gunner down? Even if they don't, numbers are not looking good for the Germans. I think, as it stands right now, 1ID should be able to hold this. The Germans are going to have to make some pretty clutch plays in the next 3 minutes. I will announce that there are 3 minutes left, just so everyone knows. This is it. This is do or die, but there's almost no one left. It looks like it's die. 1ID do. 501E die. Of course, a very difficult objective to push this one. Lots of open ground. They utilize the half-tracks well to traverse the open ground, but once you're in here, this forest, as I showed, is just so dense. Oh, we got the Maxim. The Maxim doesn't see anything, but he wants to be part of the action, so he's shooting. Got 1 German left on that flank. We're down to, it looks like 3 Germans over here, one of them in a half-track. One of them's got an MD though. Oh, he's on the half-track. Half-track MD. Ooh. And Bud Kit Kat with the marksman rifle, with the scoped Mosin Nagant. Gets the gunner. And there are just 2 Germans left. I would say a valiant effort from 501E. They played really well. And I think 1ID got off to a slow start, but they picked it up. It was a nice play on the second objective, bought a lot of time. And I think that's what really forced the issue here, was time. They held out long enough on the second objective where 501E had to rush a bit more than maybe they wanted to. And that's kind of what sealed the deal here. Oh, and the mortar! Why is the mortar going now? Where was it before? I will say that mortar half-track probably could have done more. Not sure what kind of intel it had. Maybe it didn't know where to shoot. Maybe radio comms were bad, I don't know.
Boys.
GG.
GG.
Hoorah! Hoorah!
Nice job, guys.
Yo, yo, yo.